Once again, I want to shift gears here with you. I want to switch it up. We're now going to delve into a huge conversation on something called CSS positioning. This is extremely cool stuff, and I've got lots and lots to show you. Before we jump right into it, though, note that I have completely toasted my table. I got rid of the table on my page. And the other thing that I did is I also got rid of the extra CSS rules that you and I had created. And the reason why I did this, by the way, is just more for clarity and simplification here with you on screen. You're more than welcome to hang on to your table and hang on to your CSS rules if you like, but I wanted to try and simplify things here for you. Okay, now on to CSS positioning. Here's the deal. We have a CSS property called position, and this property allows HTML elements like paragraphs, headings, tables, divs, whatever you have, to be positioned either in relation to another HTML element on the page or to the page itself, the actual content, the actual page that appears inside the browser window. I hope that makes sense. Now, the CSS position property has 4 values that we can make use of. We have static, we have relative, we have absolute, and the last one is called fixed. And I'll show you some neat techniques for working with each of these. Now, the other thing that we can do is we can throw in 4 other CSS properties in addition to the position property. What we can do is we can throw in top, bottom, left, and right properties. And we can use either pixel values, percentage values, centimeters, millimeters, all the rest of it, to more precisely position the objects on our screen. Okay, now I know I'm dumping a lot on you here, and it's all kind of theoretical at this point. Let's actually start building something here together. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip over into my code, and I'm going to scroll down in my document below the first paragraph inside my document where my table once was. I'm going to throw in 4 divs, and I'm going to use some inline formatting on these divs just to keep it nice and simple. And then what we'll do is we'll explore the variety of settings and options that I'm discussing here with you. So open angle bracket div. And then, you know what, I'm just going to close that right away. So there's the closing tag on the div. Let me increase the size here just a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. There we go. Now, inside the opening div tag, I'm going to throw in some inline formatting. We've done this a number of times already, so I'm going to go style equals. And then here's what I'm going to throw in for the actual CSS properties. A background color, so we can see this guy on screen, and I'm going to make my guy yellow. And then I'm also going to throw in a width of 200 pixels and a height of 200 pixels, just like that. Okay, make sure you close your quote on the end of that inline formatting. And if you want to take a quick look, we should basically get a rectangular box or a square box on screen, right? Okay, easy stuff, pretty simple. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to wind up with a group of 4 of these guys. I'm going to select this code that you and I just typed in. I'm going to copy it. I will paste it 3 more times, something like this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to change the background color on each of these guys. So the first box is going to be yellow. The second box is going to be blue. The third box, I'm going to change his background color to red. And the last guy is going to be green. So these guys are all completely identical in terms of their dimensions. So head back to your browser and refresh, and there we go. We now have a column of boxes, a column of squares with different background colors. And it's these rectangles, these divs, that I actually want to apply the 4 positioning properties to. Once again, static, relative, absolute, and fixed. So you're going to see how this all plays out. And again, this is going to be a fairly simple, fairly straightforward example of how these work. But again, I'm going to throw in as many extras as I can. Next up, let's take a look at the first positioning value that we can make use of, static. Let's go and check it out.